like to bring up some people who I have asked if they would share, because I feel like what they have done is a really great example of success, inspiration, and will help to hopefully give you some insight into how you can take what we're doing here and what that looks like when it's applied over time. So, okay, Jonathan. So
Jennifer.
will you share your name and what it is that you do, and then we want to hear about like your transformation and your results.
So you probably know
so we can learn
this British accent of mine already. Jonathan Christian. I'm the other half of Debbie Christian. And our company is called We Make Stuff Happen. And we work in the online digital space, helping people who have a great story translate that into a marketing message through a website, Facebook, video, all that kind of stuff. So that when people read their website, they already know what it is that you do and they want to buy it. I joined in May at your last event. And Debbie and I became diamonds, which is like the biggest you can be, I guess, because I was kind of done with like, well, you heard me on the mic. I was kind of done with like this insanity of like, get over your bloody self and just go out and do what you're supposed to do. And I'm not genuinely a group learning person. I assimilate by watching, but I need that one-on-one, you know? And I figured the only way I was going to get to where I was going to get to as fast as possible was to go right in at that level and just like mind meld, like two Vulcans, you know? And genuine, it's the most money I've ever spent on anything that we've ever done other than our house, right? And my wife's like, you did what? Totally worth it. So where are we? September, May, like 4 months? Mm. Okay. Do you mind if I just tell you some stories about what happened in those 4 months? I'm my own worst enemy. You already know that, right? I have a heart the size of, you know, Massachusetts, and I just want to help as many people as possible. I've sold lots. I mean, I don't like sales. I love sales.
Wait, so if you were that great at sales, why did you invest at the diamond level, which is it's the private coaching level? So why?
Because I wasn't, I guess, like I said before, I wasn't owning my greatness, and I was coming up with every other excuse why I could help more people because they needed more help, and I didn't. You know, we're not the bank, so my wife keeps telling me. We're not the bank.
So you weren't charging what you needed to charge, and you were doing some work for free. And so even though you were good at sales,
I was often starting without even getting paid. I love that. It's very rare I ever have a bad debt, but anyway, another story. So 2 weeks later, I'm on this stage in Orlando selling, which I've never done before. And what Jennifer and I did literally almost straight out of the gate was I sent her my slide deck, but Jennifer and I recorded myself doing this talk, if you like, and I sent it to her. Then we had a call, and she precisely helped me through certain transitions, especially the close, because I'm just so good at helping people without asking for money for it. So we rehearsed this like to the nth degree, right up to the night before I was delivering this thing on stage. Never sold from the stage, honestly. And I closed $14,000 from one hour talk. Mm. Plus, Debbie and I got to go to Orlando. So you know what we did the next day? Disney World. And we could afford it. So fast forward that, we have been talking a lot about just who I am and the value that I bring. And we had to sort of really do this quantum benefit thing for me because I'm the worst person at doing my own marketing. I can do anybody else's so well, but for me it's hard. So when Jennifer and I did this on the phone, and she was going, you do that too? So I didn't tell you this. We're not quite at the end of September yet, but my sales for September $374,000. It's unprecedented. And I'm helping people doing what I really do well. But one of those clients, I can tell the story. approached me 3 years ago. One of the sales managers at one of my live workshops, he really liked it. I went in, I presented to the company. I thought, this is it. They've got it. They're going to do it. And they didn't buy. And I went back a couple of times by email. I went, is there anything that you need to further clarification? I really thought there was a fit. Nothing. I was like, I don't want to be that needy salesman. So in the end, I wrote and I said, Al, I really thought we had a connection. I know I could help your company, but I guess you're just not ready to buy right now, and that's okay. But I'm not going to email you again. You're in my list. You'll get our updates. But as and when, or if you need me, you know how to find me. But I'm not the pushy salesman. That was 3 years ago. In April, I get an email from Al saying, hey, Jonathan, do you remember 3 years ago when you told us to do this social media stuff and update our website and we weren't interested? I went, mm-hmm. We may be too late. We may have totally missed the boat. Or maybe you just don't want to work with us. Or maybe, I don't know what. But on the off chance, we could maybe work together again. Could you come in and talk to us? I went, yeah. This actually, by the way, is a $100 million company. This is like my biggest client at this point. So I archived the file out, opened it up, and I looked at how much I quoted them 3 years ago. I wouldn't get out of bed for that number now. Let alone do what I said I could do with them 3 years ago. And it's like, oh no. How do I go back and tell them I can work with you, but I'm the same person, but I'm not worth that value? This is where this mind melt came in. Because it's like, what the hell do I do? So we had this amazing conversation. I went in, I said to him, you're not too late. Yes, you've lost sales because you didn't work with me and you weren't doing what we could have done, but yeah, it's not too late. But here's the thing, I am so glad that you didn't hire me 3 years ago. Because what I have learned in those 3 years is entirely for your benefit. So actually what you're getting today is Jonathan 3.0. It's genius. And I'd quoted them $1,500 a month to work with them.
Back then. I
quoted them $7,500 a month on a 1-year retainer, plus website, plus video, plus graphics, plus et cetera, et cetera. And I just shut up. Kind of looked at each other and went, okay, when can you start? And I said, well, actually, we could do this, not right now, but we could definitely do it very, very soon. So I went back about a couple of weeks later to talk it all through. I brought the contracts, and the guy said, so what would it look like if we paid you in full for the whole year? What kind of a deal could I get? And I was thinking on my feet, obviously, and I said, John, I still have to do the same amount of work. And yeah, cash flow would be nice, but believe me, we're okay. So I could do you a deal. I could give you a 5% discount. Oh, I can't hear you anymore. I could give you a 5% discount. Hot dog. And they went, okay. So they gave me a check. The biggest check I've ever seen in my life. You have it on the screen?
It's on screen.
This is the story. Oh, no. Plus video, plus website, plus 7,500 was just for me to show up. So that was with tax.
And what day was that? That's September 18th or something.
Yeah,
2
weeks
like
ago.
2 weeks ago. A week ago. Woo!
Can I share a personal story to go along with this? I've been married. Oh, I know the year, 1987. 30 years. We have 3 children, and I'm in my 3rd decade of marriage, if you like, we just completed. And for years, literally, I have wanted to buy Debbie. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Debbie's love language is time. The more time I can give her, the more, not that she loves me more, but that's the best gift that I can give her. And I try my best, but there's not a lot of it sometimes. But I really, really, for the longest time, what am I like? Come on. I wanted to buy her an eternity ring because I remember my mum having one, and I just wanted to buy one. And every anniversary that came up, it's like, I can't do that. I just can't afford it. We can't do that. We can't do that. And then this year, because I knew that was coming, I went, I can do that. And I went to a custom jeweler, and I told her exactly what I wanted, and they made it. My kids didn't know. The only person who knew was... And September 12th was our wedding anniversary. And I said to Debbie, I brought her coffee in bed because that's pretty much what I do every day. And I said, oh, when are we doing gifts? And she went, oh, we'll do it later. Oh, crap. And mid-morning I went, oh, when are we doing gifts? And she went, oh, we'll do it later. So eventually she said, oh, I guess we could do gifts. So because of my sales success and believing in myself and just going out there and doing something I've never done before, which was VIP twice in a year at an accelerated price and not, selling my soul to get that money. Best thing about And I've wanted to do that for such a long time. And I could.
Thank you.
So that diamond investment, I already 4 times it in 4 months.
But don't drop it. Awesome.
And I am not here to sell anything to you at all. This shit works. She'll mess with your head, and you just have to trust the process. But if you do as you're told and you're a good student, you can make your wife very happy.
Thank you. So round of applause for these three. Thank you for sharing. Thank you.